Hey friends, February has been so lovely in more ways than one. And honestly, since this month got started, I have been so busy nonstop. And now that I'm kind of chilling out a little bit, it is definitely time for a much needed debrief. So if you've been on my channel for a hot minute, or you just recently joined my channel, more like end of December coming into 2026, then you know I do an end of the year recap on December 31st. That's where I take the time to list all that's happened, or majority of the highlights and monumental milestones or lessons learned in a year for me. So when it comes to this little February debrief, I know it's about 10 months early than y'all are used to, but February just coming into this month has been so monumental and just a new season of life for me. I feel like we all have the universal understanding that February is really when the year actually takes off and starts. It's like you're now kind of getting out of that slow motion post-holiday season. You're out of January, that trial month period, trying to figure out what this year is going to be like and how we're going to get started. But then February 1st comes and it's like the year just flies after that. So this month I dropped, if not the most important, then one of the most important weekend recap episodes I've ever posted on this channel, which is my ordination recap. Oh my goodness, becoming a minister. I know I've already thanked you guys for the love and support for this new sacred chapter in my life as a newly ordained minister, but I will say thank you again now because I've posted the official pictures on Instagram and TikTok, and here, of course, multiple times. My Instagram blew up. My goodness, y'all. It was insane. I mean, I was getting likes from people I haven't talked to since graduating high school. So people were coming out of the wilderness for this post, okay? And TikTok is still kind of blowing up a little bit, still get notifications from that post. So yeah, y'all have just been creating some nice little social media traffic. It has just been amazing. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, I appreciate everyone who has just been a part of the journey with me and who have just now joined the journey to be a part of what is to come. I mean, y'all sincerely rock. Y'all will, I know that it doesn't make sense to say this, like physically, this can't happen, but it makes my heart smile. Everyone has been asking in their own way how this new season has been for me and what it feels like. And to be honest, I don't feel like I have the adequate word or words to encapsulate that feeling, but I do know that it feels like peace, fulfillment, grace, confidence. Amazing. Yeah, these past few weeks have felt a lot like Romans 8:28. We know that all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I just feel like it's been a whole lot of things that has been worked together for my good, because I know that I genuinely love the Lord and I am called according to his purpose because I am called to serve his people. I look back at this time in my life 3 years ago, and from 2023, one of the most emotionally and mentally detrimental years of my life, when my pop got sick and then eventually passed away, to then my comeback year in 2024, and then 2025 was even better. And then to get to just the end of January, beginning of February, where 2026 started off as good as it did, I know that God literally uses anything and everything that was meant for evil to work it for good. And like, I can't even deny that, because the proof is in what God has done and how life has changed drastically. And I am just so grateful. I also feel like in any elevation, no matter what area of life, I feel like in some ways God is going to allow you to be tested to see if you're really going to treat the elevation like you said you would. There's going to be a person or many people from the past that try to integrate themselves back into your life, especially when you're on the up and up, whether they know it or not. And I'm talking about specifically people that don't serve the purpose of where you are now and where you're headed and where you're going. in this season of my life, I know for me where I'm at and where I'm going, I cannot allow anybody to ruin what has taken place and what is taking place, including myself. That means I get to control who has access to me, the sacred parts of my life and my journey. And there's some things, and more so people, that you just cannot allow back into your life, period. Across the board. You might be cool and all is forgiven for whatever possible situations have occurred, but if God is not in it, it's a no. It's a no. God does not give confusion in these connections, but he does give conviction, and discernment is very key because it allows you to see hidden agendas exposed before you could even come close to it. Because y'all already know, I like my peace. And number two, God already knows who I need, what I need, and where they need to be. So when it comes to me doing what I'm supposed to be doing, minding my business and being where I'm supposed to be, listen, I'm going to do that like it's clockwork, like I'm getting paid to do it. Because if you allow something or someone back into your life and it's really not meant to be, you're gonna know, first of all. Duh, you're gonna know. So just go ahead and ask God to give you wisdom on how to go ahead and take that exit stage left, because disconnecting before destruction is always gonna be smart and worth it and wise. So now I'm good. I've been tested. I'm good. I strongly feel like I'm locked in for real on my main goals and priorities, which is God, ministry, church, family, my main squad, and college. Between that, I am productive just about every single day in some way, form, or fashion. Whether that's dedicating time to church, projects for upcoming services and events, spending time with family, helping them in whatever they're doing, or homework. Like that's where I'm at. February has also been beautiful because it is Love Month, the month that we celebrate love more in depth, I should say, because we really should be celebrating love all day, every day, year round, but Valentine's Day definitely heightens that for us. It is an unofficial holiday. It's not federal per se, but listen, in my family, hey, we treat it like it's a regular holiday. I am a lover of God, life, family, friends, and so much more. Valentine's Day for me as a young single adult, at the moment single, it's not a pity party of not having a romantic relationship to publicize or show off, but it's a day where I love on myself in addition to the people that I love in my life and that love me, like my close friends and family. But most importantly, the love that I am reminded of on Valentine's Day is the love of God. The love that God has shown me. To be loved by God is the kind of love that no one else can give. It's a kind of love that is unconditional, and just the thought of knowing that I am loved by God makes me so deeply grateful, and it makes me want to be an extension of that love to others in my life. So when you saw my Valentine vlog, it was definitely a celebration of family love, self-love, and godly love. I just feel like love, period, is beautiful. I am grateful to be loved, and I'm grateful to give love every single day, not just one day that celebrates love. College is still going good. I am hard at work. That's mainly where most of my time and energy has been spent all February, just getting through everything. But I've definitely gotten used to my second semester routine. Since my last college update, when I first started the semester, I gave my first speech in my public speaking class and passed with a high A. And it was a demonstration speech where we had to do a tutorial, how to, if that makes sense. It had to be 5 minutes, just basically a step-by-step process that you can explain to a group of people. So I chose to do my makeup routine, not like my weekend makeup like Sundays like y'all see me do, but more so just everyday, quick. And then next up, we are working on a research project, or not research project, but research speech, where we have to do research on a topic and we have to have like a works cited page and all that. So it's a little bit more work put into it. We have to do research on the topic and basically inform or teach our audience on the topic that we research. So that's the next biggest thing. I also took my first test in marine biology. Because of church anniversary and ordination weekend and all that, I was swamped with family and hosting everybody along with my parents and all the people that came in town the same week as the test was, it took a huge chunk of my study time, what would have been my study time. So in that case, I did obviously expect to do a little worse than I would have liked to or wanted to, but I did end up getting a very low C. But Unit 2 has had my attention since the very beginning, and so we are now on the up and up. I did take that test on Wednesday for Unit 2, and so now it's just waiting to see the grade, and hopefully I've done better since then, and Unit 3 is coming up next week, so we'll see how it goes. Literature and film, we definitely exercise both components of the class. Literature, we're reading either a book, a novel, short story, some reading of some sort. And then film, we have movies that we watch that go along with these readings that we've been doing. So our first reading was a novel, and that was a lot to get through. It was thick. It was a lot of chapters. I think 10 to 20, maybe 25 pages in a chapter. So we were reading multiple chapters, and we also have quizzes for our readings. So with a novel, we had sections of chapters that we would read, and then we would take a quiz. But since reading this novel, we've had 2 short stories that we've done, or have read rather, and we've watched the movies for those. And those short stories have been on average probably 10 to maybe 30 pages long. And so we just read the whole thing through and then take a quiz on the whole thing. Like I told y'all in my earlier college update vlog, I am not a huge book reader. So to be doing as good as I have been, I'm just like proud. Needless to say, it has been an adventure trying to keep up with the reading and the analysis sheets, because we do an analysis sheet on the book, novel, short story, and then we also do one on the movie, and we like compare the reading and the film to each other. It's the whole thing. But I will say, coming to class and watching the film after reading is such a highlight, because our discussions are so lively with various different viewpoints. With ethics, we just had our first essay exam on ethical egoism. Said that right the first time. 500 words, and it was our first exam. Closed note, closed book, and I'm hoping I did good, at least decent, because the average grade for this is like high 60s to low 70s according to my professor. So hopefully I did good. Overall, I am in a good routine with all of my classes, and I think because I am so close to getting my AA degree that I'm just very eager and very motivated, and I think that's what's keeping me going through all of the adventures. So in this phase of life in general, I just feel like I'm where I need to be. I feel like as more beautiful things occur and happen, that everything is lining up in my favor as it has always meant to. God is very strategic in how he fulfills his plan in a person's life, and I am like convinced that this is the plan of God for my life, and that everything has just been working together. Like I told you guys when we first started out, Romans 8:28 has been that kind of season for me. February has been that snapshot in life of just love and legacy. I am so excited for what's to come, because it's only up from here, and I'm excited that you're here for the ride. That's gonna wrap it up for February. We are marching forward, if you know what I mean. It is already such a great year. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hearing me talk and debrief about this season of life for me. I will see you guys in March. Have an amazing weekend.